Try that again. Well, let's try that whole thing again. First, I didn't clear my throat before I started filming, which I do a lot. So I started over, then my battery died. And I realized I didn't charge any of my batteries last night. So yeah, it's about an hour later now, but that's okay. Is it Monday? No, I'm just kidding. No big deal. So like I started to say, I'm moving rakes around. I got our jump trailer with me. A lot of you guys know probably what a jump trailer is. You just pull the tractor up on the trailer and then the rake tails behind. But we call this thing jumpy jump trailer because when it's empty, if you're going anything below like 50, it just bounces. So once you get up to speed, it mellows out. But it's just, you know, it's got two big truck tires on it, no suspension, so it's gonna bounce obviously when it's empty. But it's a pretty handy trailer when you need it for moving things around pretty quick. So I dropped one rake off already, and anyway, I'm gonna go back and get the other one. So we'll see you guys over there. It's as simple as that. So yeah, this is a pretty handy little trailer. My brother built this in high school, I think in like 1999 or something. So built it just for this when we were farming to move the rakes and stuff up and around everywhere they had to go. But yep, okay, well, nothing's dragging. I loaded it once and then took it off again. The slide tube on that side wasn't closed all the way, so I had to I don't know, it must have had air in the cylinder or something. I had to open and close the rake a couple times, and anyway, it closed up, so all is well. So yeah, it's chained down. Make sure the flashers actually, oh wait, yeah, I turned them on already. Duh. Yep, flashers work. Good to go. So we're gonna swing by the shop, a little top off of def and diesel, because the shop's on the way to the field, and give kind of a quick look at the rake and drop it off. So, all right, let's go. Well, while the liquid gold's getting pumped into the tractor, I'm gonna walk around the rake, make sure nothing's broke. These rakes, they get the crap beat out of them in these rough fields, so sometimes these bolts break. Yeah, look at that nice crack at some point, been welded up. Everything seems to be there. Yeah, looks okay. All right, they're both out here. So I pulled in a little bit with the rakes down. I know it's, you know, the hay's not ready to rake, but we always like to do this when we park the rakes. Just, you know, pull them in, set the wheels down, make sure you're center, and then we're gonna go through and check the depth on the wheels and make sure everything's all right. So that's what we're gonna do now. right, these are all good. So I don't know, when I set the rakes, I like the teeth just to touch the ground, you know, the dirt. You don't want them too deep because, you know, $6 to $8 a tooth or whatever these things are now, you really don't want to break any. And so we'll adjust if needed. And the cylinders, we run stops. So I think this is like 1.5 inches, maybe a 2 inch, and then a 1 1/4. I don't know. But we'll run these stops while we're raking in the field, and then when they're done and they do their cleanup pass, you know, around the headlands, they come out and they pull a stop out. It doesn't matter which one, they just pull it out, and then, you know, that'll let the teeth go down about that much more, just to, you know, make sure you get the ends clean, because everyone likes a nice looking field. So this rake's good. This one, I checked it out when I dropped it off first. I got a little adjusting I want to do to it. It's just not quite right, and I think I know what it is. I think I need to put more tension on the spring here. There's kind of a gap, so I think I need to tighten this up to where this gap's closed, because all these teeth or wheels are kind of deeper than they should be, and the stops are in it, so something's a little messed up. And look at that hose is hitting right there. I have to do something about that too. I swear these rakes, you can do something to them all the time, because they just, I mean, everyone's been in an alfalfa field around here, they know how rough it is. So I got a few tools, I'm gonna go get it, and we're gonna adjust a little bit. This is a cool setup that Darf has. It's kind of like a double acting spring, so it keeps the wheels from bouncing, and so it's pressure both ways, double acting spring. So it'll hold them up, you know, to keep them from bouncing, but it also puts pressure, you know, to keep them down. Where before, you know, you had a chain that hooked to the rake arm and then hooked up here, and the wheels would bounce up and down, and you have a lot more control of like your depth, you know, you have more of a fine adjustment, I guess. So I'm going to tighten these springs up. I wonder if anyone knows what this socket's for. This is a cotton spindle socket. We have it left over from our cotton picking days, and it's nice because, you know, a normal socket won't fit over this thread once you get down to a certain spot, but this will. So glad I kept it around. You see that wheel coming up? I think that's all it needed. I'm gonna back it up a bit. So do it about right there. Okay, these guys are ready. I don't know when this hay is going to be ready. I'm going to check it out a little bit and see if the stem moisture is out of it. So basically, if it's cured out, it's only like, what time is it? 11 o'clock. I typically like to do this in the afternoon, like, I don't know, late afternoon, maybe on my way home or something, because that way, you know, the dew's burned off, everything's burned off, and you know, if it's cured out, you'll know by then. Because, you know, if you come out here in the morning when there's dew on it, you know, and you check if it's cured out and it feels a little tough and hard to rip, you know, that might be the dew doing that. There's no other way to say that. That might be the dew making it look like it's still got green stem in it. So that's why I always just go out in the afternoon and check it. And if it's cured out, you know it's going to be cured out at that time, because there's no dew, no moisture, no nothing. At least that's the way my dad taught me. Check that out. And then I'm gonna take this thing to the shop. Got to fix the lights on the trailer there. I got flashers and blinkers, but one of my tail lights isn't working. And I worked on it a little bit at the shop, but I didn't have it needs a new plug. The plug's all rusted out, so I didn't have a plug. But yeah, that tail light's not working, but that one is. So I'm gonna get the wiring squared away on this before I unhook from it, so next time we go to use it, there's no surprises. Okay, well, I shut the camera off for a bit, but we figured out our problem. So we had no, got a bunch of tools in my hand. We had no tail light, actually we had a blinker. This morning we had a blinker, and then now we didn't. We had no tail light the whole time, but we dug the wiring out of the frame. There was a busted wire right there, one of those stupid little blue splicers that I think are dumb. So now we got power at all the wires, but the light wouldn't work. I had an amber oval light to test it, and it worked. So that tells me the light's burned out. The little tail lights that go there on both sides are burned out, but I had ordered LEDs earlier anyway, so those are going to come in next week, and we'll change those out. And I'm going to pick up a new tail light tonight on my way home, and that'll be done. But I would like to paint this trailer, clean it up a little bit, but we'll save that for the winter time. We got plenty of other stuff to do. But yeah, this was built by my brother. I think it was stamped here. Yeah, it says there's a stamp there. 1999. So it's a good trailer. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. And it's kind of short and quick. I don't know, I've been trying to make the videos about 15 minutes. I don't know, maybe 15 to 18 minutes. I know I've had a couple other ones that are kind of long, but I think that 15 to 17, 18 minute mark's pretty good. I know my wife tells me nobody wants to hear you talk that much, but maybe somebody does. A good thing I came over here. There's something leaking. What is that? Huh. Well, I got something to do before I go home, so catch you in the next one. See ya.